In terms of tackling security, there is lack of political will.
Beyond the headlines.
Who are the sponsors of insecurity in this country?
From breaking news to everyday conversations, this is where Nigeria's conversations begin. We track the issues shaping Nigeria and the world today. The world is talking, and we're listening. This is Trends on LJE News.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Trends on LJE News, where we bring you the latest and developing stories in and across Nigeria and Africa. My name is Omotola Adeleke. Of course, I will not be doing this alone. I have here with me Barrister Meme. Barrister Meme, you're welcome once again.
It's my pleasure being here. Good afternoon, Nigerians.
Good afternoon. All right, so Judith, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Good afternoon, I'm fine.
Are you ready to state that honest opinion and thought of yours?
Yes, I am.
All right, so let's quickly run through our headlines for this edition of Trends. Aisha Yesufu, defeating Tinubu in 2027 will be easier than 2023. 33-year-old man gets death sentence for raping 2 children and a woman in Calabar. On to the lead story. Prominent activist Aisha Yesufu has expressed confidence that unseating President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 presidential election will be easier than it was in 2023. Her statement reflects rising public criticism of the current administration and suggests a possible shift in voter sentiment ahead of the next polls. Yesufu, a key voice during the 2023 elections, has remained active in advocating for good governance, accountability, and civic participation. Writing on X, she stated, "God willing, defeating Tinubu in 2027 will be far easier than it was defeating him in 2023. Her comment come amid renewed opposition optimism as African Democratic Congress ADC chieftain Dele Momodu also claimed the party could defeat Tinubu in 2027, citing the combined influence of Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. Barrister Meme, this is Aisha Yesufu talking right now. But do you agree with what she's saying? Because we have 28 governors in the All Progressives Congress right now. Do you think Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar can stand Tinubu with this level of defections happening, to the All Progressives Congress?
Yes, in an election, the aspirants or the candidates of the political parties would have to roll out their manifestos, and for someone like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is already in power, that also gives him opportunity to showcase what he has done for Nigerians or to Nigerians. I believe very strongly it is only those who are members of the APC that can vote for. That is, if he can even get some persons who will vote for him. I do not believe that an average Nigerians who are the victims of this government will naturally want to vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu or the current administration of the APC, irrespective of the numbers of governors that are in their fold. Those governors are there for their selfish and personal interest, not for the interests of the states which they represent or govern.
Okay, but let me ask you this question quickly before I move on to Judith. The president appoints the INEC, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Do you think with that kind of appointment is like saying, I'm your Oga already? Do you think INEC can be credible enough to conduct a free and fair election in 2027?
Well, all over the world, the power to appoint the chairman of the electoral umpire usually resides in the executive all over the world. And of course, you see what happened in America recently. The former president, which is the incumbent president who contested an election, the political party and the leadership lost in that election to Donald Trump. And in 2015, Jonathan appointed supervised the election that actually saw him out of office. Jega. So it's like what Aisha said. He said it to be easier when the margin is high. It will be very difficult. Nigerians are already at the brink of trying to look at the alternative. But whether it is going to be Peter Obi is another thing entirely.
Okay.
But I think there are more persons who definitely contest or show interest, to govern this country. But
so from Amukpiton's body language, he has been able to conduct an election since he was appointed as the chairman of the INEC. Do you think it's capable of conducting a free and fair election? The current chairman of the INEC.
Well, a lot of people have, made some very credible remark about his capacity,
George.
and based on his antecedents, we believe we must at least give some level of credence and trust to him. He has not conducted any election so far. I think there's an election coming up in FCT, which is going to be the first election for him to conduct. Then thereafter, there may be other.
I think he conducted the Ekiti state. Was it the one who conducted the Ekiti state election? The last one, the one that happened in 2025, or was it the outgoing one?
No, it was the former.
Okay, the Yakubu.
Yeah.
All right, so Judith, is Peter Obi and Atiku capable of unseating President Bola Tinubu come 2027? But quickly, before you answer that, do you think Tinubu was defeated in 2023, like Aisha Yusufu just said?
No.
Okay, you believe Tinubu won free?
No.
That was the question I asked.
Sorry.
So, do you think he was defeated
in
2023 election?
If we are talking about free and fair elections, yes, he was. But we saw what happened in the past elections, where there was a lot of dilly-dallying, and then in the middle of the night, the results were published.
In Rivers State. Yes, in the middle of the night,
yes,
Rivers State election was published.
Exactly. So if we are speaking of free and fair elections, then yes, definitely he was defeated.
Okay, so you think Peter Obi and Atiku is capable of defeating him come 2027?
If, like I said again, if we have a free
Yeah,
and election, yes, he would definitely be defeated.
Which of the he? Is it the Atiku he or the Peter Obi he?
That would have to be decided by the ADC primary election.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Jude. Quickly, we're taking a short break, and when we return, we will bring you the latest on some other stories. Stay with us and keep sharing this stream. We will be right back.
Nigeria is at a turning point. Young people are rising, demanding change. If you believe in justice, strong leadership, and real reform, then it's time to take a stand.
At LJE Nigeria, we're not just observers, we're builders. We're tackling leadership deficits, advocating for justice reforms, and driving economic advancements for all.
As a volunteer, you won't just watch. You will be a part of it. You will gain access to powerful seminars, conferences, and mentorships from professionals who believe in your potential.
No matter who you are, whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, a professional, or someone who cares, there's a place for you here.
Network with passionate change makers, build skills, and step into leadership.
Join LJE Nigeria today. Let's lead with truth. Let's build with courage. Let's rise for Nigeria. Become an LJE volunteer today and be the change Nigeria needs. Follow all our social media handles for more details.
Welcome back. Coming up, we will take a closer look at some other trends making the rounds. A Cross River State High Court sitting in Calabar has sentenced a 33-year-old man, Okon Efyong, to death for aggravated assault, rape, and armed robbery. Justice Blessing Egu delivered the judgment on Monday, ruling that the prosecution proved its case beyond reasonable doubt. Efyong was convicted for his role in an April 27, 2024 attack along Mount Zion Street, Calabar South, where a woman and 2 children were raped after an armed robbery. He was arrested by the Rapid Response Squad of the Nigerian police alongside accomplices, one of whom later died in custody. Efyong expressed regret and described the sentence as excessive, while his counsel confirmed plans to appeal. The victim welcomed the verdict, describing it as a measure of justice and closure. Barrister Meme, according to the Constitution, okay, not the Constitution, the law.
Yes.
Of course, rape is a great offense. But is it a capital offense enough to, require harsh sentencing like this, like death sentence?
Yeah, offenses tend to be a capital offense if such offense, attracts a capital punishments. In this case, he was sentenced to death. That is, for me, that is outrageous.
It's too harsh.
Yes, ordinarily by the provision of the penal code and the criminal code, the penalty for such offense ought to be life imprisonment. Well, I believe that the convict would have opportunity of probably appealing the judgment, and but however, we must condemn the offense of rape because it is a deliberate act. It actually brings a lot of bad image on the part of the victim generally. So, of course, if you look at this case, he said somebody who raped 2 children and the mother, right? So that is quite huge. But however, looking at it, the penalty or the punishment ought to be life imprisonment.
Okay.
Not.
All right. So Judith, what do you think about this? Do you think death sentence is enough to at least reduce this issue of rape? Amongst some of these criminals who do it to young ladies. Imagine 2 minors and a woman after an armed robbery rather. So are you saying this might be harsh or too harsh or not too harsh?
Well, I believe personally, I think the death sentence is a good punishment. But some other people,
so you're saying anyone who rapes should be killed?
Yes, I believe that.
Anyone, even if it's a woman raping a man.
I said personally.
Okay.
Although Barrister Mebe has said that according to the law that the punishment
might just be life
sentence. Yes, but personally, I believe death is a very good punishment for rape.
All right. So, thank you very much, Judith, for that input of yours. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Barrister Meme, thank you so much for your contributions.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so that's it for today's edition of Trends on LJE News. Many thanks to Barrister Meme for his brilliant insight and contributions. Judith, thank you for your input once again. To our viewers and listeners, make sure to follow, like, and share our LJE News on all social media platforms to stay in the loop and join the conversation ahead of our next show. My name is Omotola Adeleke. See you next time. Bye for now.